Hello, everyone, and welcome to the 75th annual Hunger Games. In District 1, we have An and Kohane. In District 2, Akito and Toya. In District 3, Tsukasa and Rui. District 4, Emu and Nene. District 5, Saki and Ichika. In District 6, Honami and Shiho. District 7, Kanade and Mafuyu. District 8, Ena and Mizuki. In District 9, Minori and Haruka. District 10, Airi and Shizuku. District 11, Miku and Meiko. And District 12, Kaito and Luka. All right. May the odds be ever in your favor. All right, the bloodbath. As the tributes stand on their podiums, the horn sounds. Ichika runs away. Kaito, Emu, Miku, and Toya share everything they gathered before running. An runs away with some lighter and rope. Rui runs away. Shiho runs away with lighter and rope. Shizuku runs away from the cornucopia. Kanade takes a handful of throwing knives. Mizuki runs away from the cornucopia. Luka runs away from the cornucopia. And Airi runs away from the cornucopia. Mafuyu bashes Tsukasa's head against the rock several times. No! Tsukasa, why? No! Why did it have to be Tsukasa? Mafuyu! How could you do this? Haruka runs away from the cornucopia. Nene finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Honami runs away from the cornucopia. Ina runs away from the cornucopia. Minori runs away from the cornucopia. Kohane runs away from the cornucopia. Akito and Saki fight for a bag. Saki gives up and retreats, and Meiko runs away from the cornucopia. Haruka tends to Mafuyu's wounds. Mizuki runs away from Shiho. Kanade shoots an arrow at Minori, but misses and kills Shizuku instead. Saki searches for a water source. Akito receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Emu is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Kohane hunts for other tributes. Luka sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Ichika receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. An stalks Nene. Toya thinks about home. Miku fishes. Kaito defeats Rui in a fight but spares his life. Ena and Honami work together for the day. Airi travels to higher ground. Meiko accidentally detonates a landmine while trying to arm it. No. Is she dead? No, she is dead. Oh my god. Alright, 3 cannon shots can be heard in the distance. Tsukasa, Shizuku, and Meiko. No. Alright, night 1. Ena unknowingly eats toxic berries. No, there goes Ena. Akito tries to treat his infection. Kaito climbs a tree to rest. Honami dies from thirst. Airi cooks food before putting her fire out. Nene kills Mizuki as she tries to run. No, Mizuki! Ichika is awoken by nightmares. Miku climbs a tree to rest. Haruka, Minori, An, Kanade, and Mafuyu sleep in shifts. Emu, Luka, and Shiho cheerfully sing songs together. Rui looks up at the night sky. Toya defeats Saki in a fight but spares her life. Kohane cooks her food before putting her fire out. Day 2. Emu thinks about home. Toya chases Nene. Shiho is pricked by thorns while picking berries. Kaito picks flowers. An attacks Miku but manages to escape. Oh, but Miku manages to escape. Okay, that makes more sense than what I thought I read. Okay. Minori sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Akito tends to Saki's wounds. Airi defeats Haruka in a fight but spares her life. Kanade travels to higher ground. Rui dies from thirst. No! Luka receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. Mafuyu begs for Kohane to kill her. She refuses, keeping Mafuyu alive. Ichika constructs a shack. Alright. 4 fallen tributes. 4 cannon shots are heard in the distance. Anna, Honami, and Mizuki. And Rui. No. Okay. Night 2. Kaito receives a hatchet from an unknown sponsor. An and Emu tell stories about themselves to each other. Mafuyu passes out from exhaustion. Saki begs for Nene to kill her. She refuses, keeping Saki alive. Kohane questions her sanity. Luca thinks about home. Toya convinces Airi to snuggle with him. Akito bashes Shiho's head against a rock several times. No. Okay. No. Okay, that happened. Ichika looks up at the night sky. Kanade stays awake all night. Haruka quietly hums. Miko goes to sleep. Minori starts a fire but is unsuccessful. And now day 3. Haruka discovers a cave. Kaito sees smoke rising in the distance but decides not to investigate. Nene stalks Miku. Toya discovers a river. Luca receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Akita tries to spear a fish. Minori and Saki split up to search for resources. An makes a wooden spear. Kohane questions her sanity. Airi attacks Emu, but she manages to escape. Ichika goes hunting. Kanade makes a slingshot. And Mafuyu receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. 1 cannon shot is heard in the distance. Shiho. Night 3. Ichika attempts to start a fire, but is unsuccessful. Kanade fends on Luca and Airi away from her fire. Kaito receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Nene is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. Haruka defends Toya in a fight, but spares his life. Wait, what? Haruka defeats Toya in a fight. Okay, my bad, I misread that. Mafuyu receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Akito cooks his food before putting a fire out. Saki loses sight of where she is. Emu, Miku, and Kohane discuss the games and what might happen in the morning. Minori receives fresh food from an unknown sponsor. Day 4. Ichika, Airi, Toya, Saki, and Haruka track down and kill Kohane! No! Why? Not Kohane, why? No! Nene discovers a river. Emu defeats Minori in a fight but spares her life. Kanade, Luca, An, Mafuyu, and Akito hunt for other tributes. Miku picks flowers. Kaito makes a slingshot. 1 cannon shot is heard in the distance. Kohane! Night 4. Toya convinces Emu to snuggle with him. Nene passes out from exhaustion. Minori destroys An's supplies while she's asleep. Haruka and Airi run into each other and decide to truce for the night. Saki thinks about winning. Ichika receives an explosive from an unknown sponsor. Miku and Kanade run into each other and truce for the night. Kaito passes out from exhaustion. Akito and Mafuyu sleep in shifts. And Luca thinks about home. Mafuyu kills Minori with her own weapon. An tries to sleep throughout the entire day. Kanade, Akito, and Miku successfully ambush and kill Ichika, Saki, and Luca. And Nene searches for firewood. Emu makes a slingshot. Airi hunts for other tributes. Toya tries to spear a fish with a trident. Kaito and Haruka work together for the day. 4 cannon shots are heard. Minori, Ichika, Saki, and Luca. Night 5. Emu, Kanade, Miku, and Mafuyu tell each other ghost stories to lighten the mood. Haruka and Akito run into each in truce. Nene, Airi, Toya, and Akito sleep in shifts. I'm just for longer! No! No! Why? Airi receives fresh food. Miku receives an explosive. Akito receives an explosive. Kaito falls into a pit and dies. Kanade makes a slingshot. Mafi strangles Haruka after engaging in a fist fight. Toya thinks about home, and Enemu scares Nene off. Ooh, arena event. The wolf mutts are let loose in the arena. Airi is eaten. Nene is crushed. Akito knocks Miku out and leaves her for the wolf mutts. Mafuyu survives. Toya survives. Kanade is crushed, and Emu survives. 7 cannon shots are heard. Why? Kaito, Haruka, Airi, Nene, Miku, and Kanade. Night 6. Emu questions her sanity. Toya tends to Akito's wounds. Mafuyu cannot handle the circumstances and commits suicide. No, Mafuyu. But also you killed a lot of people. But also it's Mafuyu. No. Toya and Emu get into a fight over raw meat. Toya gives up and runs away. Akito decides not to go to the feast. Oh, the cornucopias are punished. I forgot to read that. Akito kills Toya with a sickle. No! Akito, how could you do this? How could you do this? No! Emu dies while trying to escape the arena. 3 cannon shots are heard. Mafuyu, Toya, and Emu. Akito won, guys. Oh. The Akito won, but at what cost? And there you have it. That was the 75th annual Hunger Games.